That one
You
pinch
have to
solution.
You're not
understand.
serious.
Stanley, you cannot
Oh
tell
my
us this
god.
video.
Well, what I'll do is I'll play the video in sessions bit by bit, start from the beginning.
It's another day that ends in Y, and that means there is someone on the internet who is saying terrible things about men who like video games, movies, and Lego. Specifically, Lego came up a few times on this one for some weird reason. Our tweet today comes from the religious hippie, an influencer I didn't know existed until seeing this very tweet. And she says, whenever I talk to my girlfriends who are looking for a husband and good father to their future kids, there is always one reoccurring turnoff. Man-children. Men who cosplay, even Lord of the Rings, are obsessed with Legos, Marvel, Star Wars, basically toys in general. It's the #1 consistent complaint I hear from women, not only my friends. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, and discussing this is like dancing the tango in a minefield while being tased by a cat that's just been neutered.
He was talking about just men that like, for example, the way he does his videos. That's his hobby. Dress up like a fake wizard, obviously fake wizard, but that's the thing.
If the ladies think that they don't want a guy, that the guys that are like that play have hobbies, maybe more like have a game that is their hobby, that they don't like them. The question will be why. Why don't they like them? Do they have like experience already? Have they dated people like that, and they realize that most of the time that those such people that you think is just it's supposed to be just a hobby for a while, then get back to work. But some of them end up sitting on the hobby permanently. More like the hobby becomes the work, and the work becomes the hobby, right? So a question would
Yeah.
be, why don't they like them?
No, but like you've seen in this video, like what he was talking about is like just like for example here in the UK, almost everybody you meet has some sort of hobby, something they will do after work, or you know what I mean, right?
Mm.
Like here in the UK, where like 99% of men you find they have something apart from work.
Do the ladies also have something like that? Something that they have to do after work?
Most ladies, like for example, the way I like playing video games. A lot of ladies I met like playing video games at work. Like the conversations come up, and you find that some of your colleagues play the same video games as you, men or women, it doesn't really matter. So when some women want men to be like man, you need to be different. To be like, eh, why? I mean, if you don't like this particular type of person, find the kind of person you like. That's what I mean. But the way she's putting it, like, almost as if it's a problem, like it's a general problem, like it's something that is become like a rampant. From like his perspective, it's not what she should be saying.
Okay. But I don't think you should be able to tell people what they should be saying. Maybe we should look at why are they saying it? Because whatever they say is your choice. I mean, that's what they feel. Nobody whispered to them, so apparently that's what they feel. So if you're trying to tell them what they should be
Yeah, but
saying, it means like you're trying to tweak something, right?
she's saying it about people. Remember, these people are
She said that
people,
she has met
right?
them, people
Right?
she had spoken with, people who had reached
Yeah.
out to her. Yeah. So the question is
Now,
why?
remember, these are men that are on their own, right? Like
Mm.
they have their own lives. That they didn't come to bother you. Like, hey, if you don't like this guy, don't date him. It's that simple. It's not like nobody's forcing you to do it. So after
Yeah, but
dating the person,
from
you
what
come to
she's
complain. I'm like,
saying, yes, from what she's
why are
saying,
you? Yeah.
you look at these people, the guy looks normal. It's supposed to be like a normal guy, but then you get into a relationship, you find out that it's the same with the other one too. I guess that's where the problem comes, right?
No, it's in his it's not like she went out with the guy first time. Okay, let's say you go out with someone and you find out things about the person that you don't like, and you tell them, oh, you can't do this, right? It's fine, right? Good. But if you don't find out things about them, and then you proceed to dating them, and then you complain later. It doesn't make
Okay.
sense, does it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you get to that point? I can't.
No,
I
just watch
That
us.
means
Let's
it's
just wait.
really hard. Well, why would a topic like this be really hard to discuss? Because now
He's always talking about the video is about like women that come online to Like after dating a guy, you come along to like say negative things about the guy's hobbies and the way the guy lives his life. You know. So to him, if you don't like the guy, why did you date him in the first place? That kind of thing. What he's trying to say is that people shouldn't you shouldn't be going online to say things like that about other people when it comes to something like this. Relationships are personal. Nobody forces you to date somebody else.
Relationships are personal, yes, but like in every nonsense, there's always a sense in every nonsense. If the partner says something, sometimes it happened from the way they perceived it, the way they saw it in their relationship. Okay, let's say for example, a guy that is a gamer who prioritizes playing game all the time. Yes, that's his hobby. But at the same time, there's how else you're going to invest in your hobby is regarding your partner. At some point, let's say you might be doing everything right to taking care of everything, but that time that you invest so much in game instead of sharing the time. Some people that kind of thing is a deal breaker. And once the person starts feeling bad because game consumes all your time, automatically she's going to hate everything concerning that game. Assuming she's supposed to get upset a little about it, but due to the like it has prolonged that little let me say upset that she's supposed to be will now increase to anger because of the negligence, let me put it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So he
All
is
that is
saying
understandable, but
people that degrade. Yes.
it's
What
just
I'm trying
that,
to say is that
yeah,
from people's point of view,
yeah,
some people that most people that are saying criticizing the hobby of their partner after breakup. If you check well, guys, they don't have balance between the relationship and their hobby. A hobby is supposed to have balance, and once your hobby outweighs your relationship, of course, the relationship is going to suffer. So I don't blame them when they complain about that later. To the guy did nothing wrong, but to the girl, she was starved of attention, and for some people, attention to many things means a lot. Even if you want to have all the money you want in the world, so anybody that does that, I respect their opinion because you are not in that relationship. You were not there to see or to know how things were navigated. So that's why
it's
this relationship stops. I don't like putting mouth in it because unless you experience it firsthand from the point of view of the complainer, that's when you can understand the person very well.
but
So that's why I
the
don't
reason
like
why
discussing about relationship. The relationship stuff is deep. What works for you will
normally
not
it's
work
not
for me.
you know
It's as
that you know
simple as
that okay, you want to enter a relationship, the person you're entering with should know what things you like and they should be okay with it. If they're not okay with it in the beginning, they shouldn't enter it.
yes,
It's
but
simple. It's not complicated.
but there should be a balance. There should be a
No,
balance while
obviously,
enjoying your hobby and making time for
obviously,
relationship.
this
No,
is not
some
about
guys, some
this one
wait, let me tell you.
no the
Like
problem now is it's not about the
some
balance because this is about
they,
assuming that there is balance in everything that everybody is doing, right? Like in the relationship, assuming there's balance in everything.
Mhm.
There are people that will still hate your hobby not because you're not balanced, right? If you watch the whole video, you notice that it's about, let's say, you've come back from work after a hard day. Your way of relaxing, of blowing off steam is relaxing. You want to play your video game for like an hour or so. That's about it. Most men don't really have that time to play for the whole day. You understand what I mean? So maybe an hour you play a video game or two or something like that. And that's the problem. There are people that are not okay with that. It's not about balance. So you ask the person if you're
So
not
what
okay
are
with
you
the
trying to
person
say that
enjoy this.
Ejiofor, are you trying to say that somebody is going to marry someone only to come and not be okay with their lifestyle? I feel like Ekene
Yeah.
is
Oh
making a
yeah.
lot of
There are
sense
people
here.
that do that. They get married to someone because oh you
No,
like the way
the
this
thing
guy
is,
lives.
like what
You forget
Ekene
that
said,
it's
it
not all
makes a
about
lot of
you.
sense.
What of
I don't
the
know.
other things about
I
the
don't know
guy?
if you
What
are
about
listening. I don't know if you are listening to him, but he said that, like I earlier mentioned, your hobby should be a hobby. You cannot, exchange it for now your work while your work. You are talking about 1 hour. Even you, how many times have you played game and left after 1 hour? Most of the people who have these hobbies, they forget themselves. Meanwhile, the woman comes back.
Do, do you
If
see
it's a
me play?
marriage
Do you see me
relationship,
playing? Do you see me playing? If you check my account online, I sometimes I go months without even having time to
me,
play
you
it.
waiting
And then
concern.
when
If you
I
like
find time
play,
to play it,
it is
when
I
I
should
do
be
find
I should
time
be
to
I
play it,
should be
but no, that's normal men. Like at this age, like for example, if you go online and you notice that the normal
let
thing
me
of
tell you a
men at
show
this
for
age don't have
see,
time for
there
even
are
like
men listen, there are men that have accepted to act like they are not part of what's going on. They want to pretend as though they have to relax. Now, if you are relaxing and you have a wife, what is she supposed to be doing? If she's relaxing and when you are relaxing and you just came back, so who's going to make the meal? Who's going to take care of the kids? Who's going to take out the trash? Who's going to do this and that? Do you get? So it's not just about relaxing. If we're going to relax, we should
I
relax in
think
a place where everybody is okay. If
I
that's
think the
one.
problem
But
is this. I think the
but if
problem
we're
is
talking about relationship, just like this guy I was telling you earlier, you don't have the right to tell anybody how to feel. If I meet somebody,
no,
I don't know
but
how
that's the
you
same
are.
thing.
I'm seeing you
The
dressed
girl
in
doesn't have the
trouser
right to
and
tell the
shirt.
guy. Let
You're
me explain
supposed
like
to
this.
be okay, right? I expected that. Only for you to get into a relationship and then you come in every time you're focusing on something, you are playing. You haven't chatting people you have never met just to play game with them. And
No,
some people,
you don't get it, do you?
if you talk too much, wait, they'll tell you that they're also making money from it. Listen to me. There has to be balance. I think that's the main thing. Like, and I'm sure
I think the problem is that you guys are focusing on the wrong thing. You're not looking at it the
no,
way
we're
you're
not
supposed to.
focusing. No, you are trying. I
Yeah,
know this is your
I think.
favorite guy. And by the
Let
way,
me
excuse
explain.
me,
Let me explain.
by the
How many
way,
guys do you know?
let
How
me
many
tell
guys do you
you.
know? No, let me explain. How many guys do you know like video games actually play from time to time?
See, let me tell. I
Let
don't
me put it
really
like
have
this.
that type. No, to be honest.
Literally, 99% of the guys I know are like that.
wait,
Even the
wait,
ones you know.
no,
So at the end of the
Ejiofor,
day, are
Can
they?
I please
no,
before I
no,
say
Ejiofor,
can I please before you give your this thing? I just wanted to be
Ejiofor.
prepared.
But the point we are making is everybody, everybody is entitled to their own opinion
Sure.
inside relationship or outside relationship. So for the fact that the partner, the girl, laid emphasis on that gaming side, you're not in that relationship, you don't know how it happened. So I don't like to judge a relationship from outside.
Mm,
I don't
let me
like
put it like
to
this.
I
It's
don't
not
like to
about judging
I
a
don't like to
particular
do it.
relationship.
So
It's about this behavior. For example, if I date girls and I always after dating I will go and complain about the same thing about the majority of girls I date, then at the end of the day, why am I dating those girls? Why wouldn't I just find the one
It's either you're a
why?
playboy, you don't have anything in your you don't have any goal, and so your case is different, or you are genuinely
Why is
trying
it
to find a
different? Is it
relationship,
because it's a girl that's complaining? No, I want to ask,
whether
what's
it's
the
a
difference?
girl or a
Whether
boy.
it's a girl or a guy that's doing it, if it's wrong, it's wrong.
That's
If I'm
see.
going
Let
to
me tell
date
you.
those girls
No,
like that,
see,
I'm doing
it's
something
your
wrong.
first thing. If
okay,
you
If I'm
cannot
going
be
to date
okay,
somebody
dating
wait,
that I'm okay
somebody,
with,
are you trying to
wait,
insinuate that the only
wait,
reason
let
they are
end
dating
this.
is just so that they will find a reason against them and complain online? Is
if
that what
you
you're
do know
insinuating?
that, did you know that there are people that just enter relationships not because they found someone they're okay with, because oh, this is a fine guy, I'll go and date him. They forget about everything else, and then later they
No,
complain.
Wait, do you know how many
You do
guys
know
that
that, right?
complain that wait, do you know how many guys that complain that their ex-girlfriend normally prioritize being online than doing most things? Her hobby there is definitely being online, chatting and all
Yes,
social media.
and if you complain to me
Wait,
about our play, I'll be like, didn't you know that before you?
Let me finish. Let
Yeah.
me finish.
Mm.
Girls that are like that, they are giving more priority to their social media more than the relationship, and it ends up falling apart. Now, the guys will still come and complain. It's like let's say the guys start complaining now. Someone will start making video that guys will start complaining this after breakup, talking about this, talking about that. So, but had it been that the girl found a balance, like with the social media, because that's one thing I know. Most girls do, like most relationships, they pay attention to social media more than anything. Not all girls, so at least at least let me say 60%. So every time they are on their social media and doing this, doing that, like they are addicted to it in the sense that like even if when they are with them having a quality time, they'll be on their phone. For most guys, it's a very big deal breaker. That's how girls that are not gamers, they see guys that play game like the same way we are seeing girls that are always on social media all the time without having a balance between being on social media all the time and and relationship. So that's why when I want to get something, I like to be in their shoe. I would like to see from their own perspective. Like me, me, I'm a gamer. Personally, I'll on game and play game for 1 hour. Like that I will try to find balance in a way that will not affect my relationship because everything in this life is all about balance. Anybody that complain about their partner, you don't have to say they shouldn't do that. Everybody have opinion to express themselves how they feel. You can judge your own and people close to you.
Do you know what I believe? Fundamentally, I believe that nobody should tell another human being how to be. If you're this way and this is you, right? Somebody should not come into your life and want you to become somebody else.
I'm not advocating that you should come and change people. You should know who they are. However, it is very important that people learn to adjust. That's what we call compromise in relationship. So if your lifestyle is not going to work with the person that you're with, it's not helping anybody. It's in your best interest and everybody's interest to change. Because you might end up with only trash. Yes, if you can't sit up to say, okay, this is what I'm doing, it's not really the ideal way of living, you might only end up with trash in quotes. So if, for instance, you're comfortable with drinking and then losing your life and losing yourself, and the girls that are around you that are, have some their mind is still correct and they are telling you this is not good, you feel like, oh, you live my life for me, they go. Who do you think you're going to end up with? Drunks like you, drug addicts like you. Is that the kind of person you want to marry and settle with just because you want to live your life? No,
That's like what you're saying now is like an extreme case. Remember, you
no,
have
we
to.
can't, we have to present every case. We have to present even the extreme cases.
Every case, but this is not about the extreme case.
You're
This is
looking at
about
it like this is easy, right? But the
no,
person
it's
who is
not.
complaining and comes online probably is losing her mind. So we can't take that from her, right?
Probably.
Personally, I don't go online talking about hobby, just so you know how that does not concern me. So if you ever see me come up to talk about something like that, I must have probably sat about and thought about it like, is this how it is? So if somebody is actually bringing that complaint forward, I don't think we should look at it like, why didn't you just date anybody? Why didn't you just leave them alone? What happens to you adjusting? Do you want to become a hobby person again? Do you want to convert your hobby to your work and your work to hobby?
I didn't turn my hobby into my work, did I? No. But at the end of the day, I don't want, for example, you know how I like drawing, for example. I don't want my wife to come up tomorrow and tell me I don't like you drawing. It doesn't make any sense. You want me to
No,
stop because of what?
Drawing is not hobby.
See. That
No, to you, you feel like it's not. For me,
no. Wait.
I've met a lot of people where it's their whole life, literally. I've met people like that.
Do you
like,
know that
and you know that those people get married
hobby
and still have good relationship with their wife because they married someone that have the same interest. Like I can't believe that kind of person because it's too extreme, but they found someone good for them. Who am I to tell the person to change to find somebody else when there's somebody good for them? Like, why?
Listen, so to say, that word compromise in every relationship. Two individuals can never ever have the same type of lifestyle. Even if your lifestyle are similar, there will always be a little different. Now, in any relationship,
but that compromise is that little difference now. Not when there's a chasm of difference.
Now, let me tell you, in any relationship that is going to work out. When a relationship is either it works or it doesn't work. If it's going to work out, there are some hobbies that can be a deal breaker for your partner, which you know you can use for the relationship to work. And there are some of us that you don't like that can also be used to make relationship work. That is compromise. It's not about changing the person entirely. You cannot change somebody. You're
But
not the one that created the
that only
person.
works when you and that person have
So
like enough. Like when you are on the same, at least close to the same level. At least that's what I would say. If you are completely different,
so
there's no amount of compromise
that
that works in that one.
dating
There's no compromise that
What's
is.
going
that
They should come into your life if they're okay with the
no
way you are. If you're okay,
no
oh, they see
no
you
no
from
you're
like, oh,
wrong.
I'm okay with this, fine. No,
If you're for
as in, at the end of the day, that's the only way it works. If someone comes into your life and wants you to become something else altogether that doesn't work for you, you can frame it however you want to, but at the end of the day, I don't think anybody will want somebody to come into their life and destabilize their life the way they like. If the person is not good enough for you, find somebody that is. Find somebody that has those qualities you're looking for and be happy. It's simple.
what you're saying? You need to be able to narrow it properly, right? It's not, nobody should try to change anybody, right? And many people who go into a relationship, at least as much as I know, do not go there looking for problems. You have most of them go to relationship with hopes, get things to work and all that. But there are
Yeah, but
qualities, but there
there's
are
something wrong
qualities
about
that will
those hopes.
constantly put you down in a relationship. If there are
Do
things
you know
that
when into a relationship, you see someone and you want to date them, you forget about everything that has to do with dating that person. First of all, did you find out about this guy's hobbies and likes and like the person that makes the person him? A human being is not meat and bone. No, if you don't find out about those things, just somehow that guess you ask about their boyfriend and they don't know anything, like they don't know anything about the guy. If let me put it like
assuming
this,
someone
if
wants to date you because they feel like they like you, and they come in and they perceive that some things that you're doing that is not very correct, you feel that for whatever it takes they should take look away. Is that it?
let me put it like this, before they decide to date me, they should try and find out those things. It is different if let's say they tried their hardest, and I purposely hit some things. That one is different too, right? But if they meet me honestly and tell me, please tell me about yourself, let me know if this thing will work. I don't like it's not like they're telling you directly like that, but you get my point now. They're trying to get to know you and they are making it clear they're trying to get to know you to know if this thing will work or not. I will volunteer myself and tell them, see me. Oh. If they like it, they stay. If they don't, then like I've had rejections in the past where the person will see some of my hobby and say, I'm not okay with this. There's no bad feelings there, like zero bad feelings, because but they're like if you know that in your heart you meet someone, you've seen the person's way of life, you know you don't like things in it, and you still get into it, hoping to make the person something else later on. That's not right now. Did the person tell you that they want you to change them? No, they didn't tell you that. They never said that they were uncomfortable with their way of life before you came in. They might be
Okay.
happy, like
Listen, let me
having the
tell
time of
you
their life.
one thing that relationship does. As much as I totally agree with the fact that you need to know who you are dating. It's very important, whether it's dating, whether it's marriage, you need to know. Because for so many people, they could just date and then get married. Yeah, so I'm an advocate of that. Of course, you know who, if you know me, I'm a trained counselor, so I know what I'm saying, right? I agree that you should have that on the background check. As much as that is very important, you should also know that relationship is meant to help people become better, right? And then the life growth and phases in your life is also going to present you with different things. That is why they will usually let people know that the way you're feeling in a relationship is not going to be the way you're going to feel when you get married. So when you are here in a relationship, you should be looking at the future. The kind of person who stays out all night and plays game and we are having fun, and I'm happy because you're a single girl. Imagine you're pregnant. Are you going to still be as happy?
there are some hobbies that can be a deal breaker for your partner, which you know you can use for relationship to work. And there are some of us that you don't like that can also be used to make relationship work. That is compromise. It's not about changing the person entirely. You cannot change somebody
That
totally.
only works when you and that person have
So
like enough. Like when you are on the same, at least close to the same level, at least that's what I would say. If you are completely different,
so
there's no amount of compromise
that
that
means
works in that one. There's no compromise
What's
that
going
that
to
means
bring
that
the
means
two of
okay.
you together if you are completely
Then
different in the first place?
if you're completely
That's the
different,
thing.
what
If
are
you're
you
completely
doing
different,
together?
then don't go to
What
someone
are
you're
you doing
completely different.
together?
What are you doing?
That's
No.
the
What are
thing.
you doing together?
That's the
How
point.
do
That's the point. That's the point
What
now.
are you
If
doing
you're
together?
someone that you're completely different from, don't say but I want this person. No, if you're completely different, find somebody else. Don't say but I want this person. Who would do that? I'll be like,
so
man, this girl is fine. Oh.
what this guy is saying
I
does
want
not
this
look
fine
like
girl. I'll be
you
like,
are
it's not
completely
about fine
different.
I don't
girl. Oh.
know. No,
People do it a
let
lot.
me
I
tell
just
you.
tell them it's not about fine
Let me
girl.
tell you.
Oh.
Let
You're
me
looking
tell
at
you.
this fine girl. It's not about fine girl. You're looking at that's like no.
If you meet
Behave your
if
panel.
you meet somebody,
How far?
if you meet somebody that is total opposite of you, it cannot work. Even normal dating will not work.
Do you get?
But
So
people say force it.
that
There
one
might
is
not
I
even be
know
attraction. There might not even be
you.
initial
star.
attraction.
But this initial attraction doesn't have anything to do with compatibility. Initial attraction has nothing. If not, you won't see all
It
these people
does
that have
because
one night stand.
A
At the end of the
apart
day,
from
it's a
seeing
thing
no,
that
no,
happens.
that
You know,
one night stand
Ejiofor,
is not. They are not. Most of them are
uh-huh,
not in their right mind.
uh-huh,
Some of them
uh-huh,
are,
uh-huh,
are
uh-huh.
drug. Sometimes those people are not
drug.
looking for anything in relationship. They are
You know the
just looking
problem, man.
for
I
somebody
think
to.
you didn't live the same life as. Let me put it like this. I'm a boy that grew up in Enugu State. Went out at night. Those people are not drunk when they're doing what they're doing. I tell the truth. I meet a lot of them. They are not drunk.
So what is their
And
intention? Is it a girlfriend or just somebody to sleep with?
initial attraction happens a lot, so many times. Like, oh, fine girl. At that time, they're not thinking about behavior, anything. They're just looking at
See
fine
what
girl.
I mean? Okay, see
And
what
that's
I
what
mean.
they get. They're willing to go
They
far
must see.
enough to have someone in their life. I
See
don't
what
get
I
it.
mean?
Ejiofor,
See what I mean?
Ejiofor,
You
Ejiofor.
perceive this person as a fine girl. You start a conversation, right? So in the
Yeah.
first 3 minutes before you say, "Can I take your number?" Something would have happened. You know the way the person is
That's the thing.
responding.
I've
See,
heard guys come to
let me
complain
tell you.
after talking to a girl the first time. They'll come and complain about some things they don't like, and they still go back to the same person.
No, let me
It's
like
funny. You be
see
like,
the issue here is some guys don't know what they really want.
"Mm,
For example, now,
yes,
Ejiofor,
exactly.
you know me very well.
And that is 100% correct.
Ejiofor, you know me very well. I've ended a relationship of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know I've ended a relationship of 2 weeks. I've
Your
broken
own
up
is
with a girl
different. Again, out
that
of us
didn't do
going to
anything
have
to me,
met, I
just
know that you know what
compatibility.
you want. After, like, I noticed that in your own case, after your first date, you can tell if you're running or you're not running.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Running usually, but that is not the norm. That you are like that is not the norm because there's so many guys that can't tell if they should stay or run. And I'm not saying about guys only, like it's same to do with girls and guys. There are people that can't tell if they should run or not, and some that don't even want to. They're looking for a relationship so much that they I'll call it like frustration. They want a relationship so much they forget that it's not about just finding someone. That's just it. And then at the end of the day, end up with
That's
something
the
that they didn't
issue.
ask for.
You see, there's nothing you can do to change that person because by default, people are not compatible.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
People are not
What I'm
compatible.
trying to say is that if you
Like
let's say
now, I
you
cannot be with a girl that I cannot feel free like we talk, we vibe. Like I cannot be with a girl that if we are in the same room, because we won't be spending time
they were pressing
together or
TikTok.
things like what's the energy? There's something people don't know.
Yeah.
In a long lasting marriage or relationship, at some point that 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 love will be shaky for her with that love. The only
It
thing
will
that
die
will
now.
remain is
I'll give
what
it
people have in
like
common.
4 years to start dying small.
Now, the only thing that will be the glue now is the connection you have together.
Yeah.
And now, when
And
that love don't care for your eye, like if the love is no longer there, then you start seeing all those things that you don't like, those flaws, everything will now be very visible. You know, like love blinds people from seeing flaws. But once that love reduces, you start seeing a lot of flaws that you saw before, but you felt like I'm still in love. I can live with it.
I don't even think
At
that's
that
love.
point in
I think
time, you
that's
notice that you
infatuation.
with it.
I don't think that's love. I swear, it feels
See,
like pure, like
love
social
can
kind
be
of
very stupid.
aggression. Because
See,
I used to believe that.
some people at early stage, they will see some deal breakers that they don't like, but they'll be like, I love this person so much. Like maybe with time, things will change. Or you started condemning it. Your
They'll be
partner will start feeling
they'll,
that this is normal.
it's true. They'll be
Now,
seeing things
as
that they don't
years
like in the
goes by,
beginning,
eh, as
and they
years
still stick
goes
around
by,
because they want
that
it
love
so
will
much.
reduce. That connection that's supposed to keep people glued together, that connection that's supposed to replace that love, people will not have it because, like, the things that she does or the things that he does is not something that you're okay with. By that time, you will stop enduring. Rather, it will start irritating you. Any small thing, you'll be flaring up, anger issue up and down. It's because right from onset, if you're not compatible, you're just forcing because you feel like you love the person so much. That is why having personal connection, like someone you are connected to, even when that overwhelming love dies out, like the love that is remaining will be enough with the connection. That you need to even know that sharping feeling is no longer there. So in every sense that you are with your partner and you cannot tell this or that can be a deal breaker. Like me now, no matter how in love I am, if you do something I don't agree with, I will tell you face to face. Immediately you do it, I will not even wait for you to do a second time or third time. That first time you're doing it fast. I'm showing you my entire displeasure. I'll display it. I will tell you how I felt. I don't like this. I don't like that. If I do something too, and my partner tells me, and I acknowledge their feelings, what I do, they don't like it. If it's something I can change, I'm change. If it's something that me changing it means me overriding myself as a human being, it will not work because overriding myself fundamentally that's like changing me from Ethernet to China. And so that one will not work. There are some things that can be adjusted um according to match up to your partner, and there are some things that cannot be
I'm
adjusted.
interested.
So
Yeah.
whatever relationship is like a test trial before marriage. It's a test. It's a place you to test compatibility. Things that can be a real deal breaker in the future. Things that cannot be endured. Like relationship will test how much you are willing to change for your partner without compromising your self value. Now, if you do relationship phase, the change you have to undergo to match up with the energy of your partner did not change who you are fundamentally, then you can agree to go. But if the change affects you so much that you are beginning to lose yourself, you don't know yourself again, then that change is not the compatibility is not okay because you are forgetting who you are and becoming someone that you are not entirely. That's not compatibility. Because in the future, you're still going to go back to that yourself that you cannot leave you and it's going to be a deal breaker. So I think in a relationship, changing according to your partner we should be limited on things that you know that can be adjusted, things that are not your core self. Because now let's say you marry someone that told you that you don't want any consume the house, nothing, no playing of game at all. You see that's the problem. Because you not playing game at all, it's overriding yourself. This is something we've been doing since we are small. Sometimes we even play game at your house till it's 2 a.m. in the morning. So like now
You can imagine marrying a man like that and then expecting not to have video game at all.
now reducing the gameplay hour while prioritizing family issue is understandable.
Yeah.
If you are going to play a game, at least make sure the family and your partner is satisfied. Find a balance. And that one is understandable. But if the person says no at all, just no, that means the person wants to change from
So
their
long
core
as
self. That's the
so long as
compatibility.
everything is
It's
balanced.
no longer adaptability to the relationship. That one is let me say overriding.
Changing the
I,
person.
I don't believe
Yeah.
I don't believe in
Yeah.
overriding somebody. There are limits to a change. There are limits to compromise in relationship. So I think relationship people supposed to check all the compatibility issue in relationship to know the ones that will be a very big deal breaker in the future. If that deal breaker is not something that you can resolve, that relationship obviously doesn't have any future. Because if you enjoy it now, are you going to enjoy it next 6 years, next 10 years? You look at how long you keep enjoying. And you know, the more you endure something, the more that thing irritates you and makes you upset. Let's say
Yeah.
there's a particular character somebody does that you've been enjoying. You enjoy it this year, next year, next 2 years, next 3 years. At some point, you just snap. The person will be like, I've been doing this thing for years. Why today? Why now? Because you've
So
been
yes, a long
enjoying,
time.
packing it, packing it. The day you will explode.
It's
Boom.
a long time. It's not before
Like,
then.
so I think everything is like it's all about balance. And if,
Yeah.
if balance cannot be achieved, no compatibility.
No compatibility. Yeah.
Compatibility cannot work without balance. There needs to be balance. Both
Well,
sides needs to compromise to some certain extent that will not change their original self. That is what
well,
me
the
I
whole the
believe.
whole point, I get it. Like, we can't cover like the whole spectrum of things that happen between a man and a woman. That's not possible. We're just assuming here, like, okay, assuming everything is balanced, right? You balance
See,
your
let's not avoid you need somebody that have at least 50% of your lifestyle. Someone you
e-
share at least 50% of lifestyle, it gets easier that way.
e-
Then you
exactly,
just
yeah.
have to make small, small
And
adjustments.
most people are fundamentally different from each other. So 50% is probably correct. Like, um, if you share up to 50% of your lifestyle, there will be enough holding both
Maybe
of you together that nothing will
as
become
more.
so, yeah. So
I've dated someone
anyway,
I don't have anything in common with. Like normally, I don't watch Nigerian movies. I detest it due to all the nonsense and unreasonable. That what she likes completely. She doesn't like any Hollywood at all. Same. Every time I mean, any movie that can enlighten you. I notice people that are so infatuated with this local Hollywood movie. That even in so far, you cannot you cannot help
You're not
understand.
serious.
No, I'm telling you, you cannot say
Oh
that,
my
something they
god.
will understand.
that one
You
pinch
have to
Soluchi small.
explain. You have to explain 1 billion
That
times.
statement pinch Soluchi small. Tim,
So what
Tim
what
Otoya.
having a what having to notice they are
Sorry.
completely clueless in a lot of things. My word and her word like two different like you're totally different. I can talk tech now, discuss something that actually makes sense, but we saw these people that are so immersed in all this local African magic. It's just like arguing with people that goes to Fababaka adoration. Have you had arguments with them?
You're not serious. Okay.
Hey, if you reason with people that are not all those are those people that goes to adoration Fababaka, they reason like cow.
Oh my
There's
god. No,
nothing you
no,
say that
please.
like you can never
I
find
mean, please,
you
please
can never
don't
find a
say that.
common
No,
ground.
Sorry, you're gonna calm down.
please calm down.
Calm down.
So like
Sorry.
so people
Since,
like that, you see that there's nothing that you will change yourself or change them for you to be compatible. There's nothing. It's like you find two separate worlds. Now,
again,
first relationship of that nature will still
again,
need
true.
to move. And just
True. Yes. What you're saying is true. Yes, you can be compatible with someone who's completely different. Yes,
Just
I get it. So, but quite frankly, let's not dive into that one.
oh,
Please. Okay, let's not dive into that one.
there's
Let's even though it's fundamentally wrong to ask someone to change completely for you, right? Um, if you're
yeah,
going to be with
nobody's
someone,
agreeing to that.
uh,
Nobody's agreeing on
no, no, no,
changing
no, no, no,
yeah,
no.
completely.
It's
But there
it's
has
not
to
okay.
be
yeah,
compromise. And as even if you
Yes.
don't want to change, even if nobody's asking you, I can say this as a mom who has grown. Things happen in your life
Mm-hmm.
as you're growing that will warrant that you
Mm-hmm.
change. So you can't keep waiting
Of
for someone
course.
to come and tell you to change. So if I keep living the way I used to live as a single person and with how many kids, you see that it will already be affecting the relationship and it will be your fault. You
Of
can't keep
course.
saying,
Of
you
course.
know,
we know that that's true.
just like now, I sent you a chat. What's on the chat? Because I have something else I need to catch up with. On a very
Yeah.
good day, if it was in the next 2 days, I'll probably stay here all day. right? But I have a number of things that. So do you get it? So it doesn't become. It doesn't look like
It's called growing and
assuming
changing.
everything is balanced. We don't want
we
to
can't
go into
assume everything is
those depths.
balanced. Ejiofor. We
We don't want
can't
to go
take
into
that.
those depths.
Everything is not
Unless you
balanced.
want to discuss it for like the next 3 hours or 4 hours, that's when you dive
No,
into
let's do
that
a part two. Let's do a part two on a different day. But everything is not balanced.
one.
Everything
Okay,
is not balanced.
if you want to do
Yes.
a part on a different day, no problem. But if you want to dive into that one, 2 3 hours, you're still here talking
See,
about it. You understand? So,
that is everything is that everybody have a particular type of person destined for them. You just have to meet someone that matches your energy. When you meet
Yeah,
someone that matches your energy, the change that you have to undergo in relationship, you just have to be very minute
a
because
little,
people think
Yeah.
alike
yeah,
I'm very
and your
necessary.
energy matches.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's
But if you need
that's
someone that your word and their word is two different things, separate and apart, no matter how you change, something will still be lacking.
Yeah.
It will still be
it
lacking.
will not work. There
So
will be
everything
something
is all
that you're
about
not doing right. That's usually how those kind of things work out. But
Honestly,
it's
I like us to dwell on. I would like us to really dwell on this. You know, when we're talking about people who, watch African Magic and the way, I might not say they are the
Mhm,
ones who actually don't think straight, but I know there are people in that category, and there is something they can do. Really,
okay,
there's
you don't
something they
find
can do because
trouble.
when you're not ready to grow, when you're not ready to grow, it seems like you're threatened with it. Even somebody is trying to help you, you feel that the person is against you, right? So nothing, their ears are blocked, they can't listen, they can't call, they don't have an open mind. They can't.
Okeke poisoned Okafor. Okafor used matches and chase Okeke out. You see those people that watch only that one, bam. Only poison and spiritual. They can never own up to their problem. They will always have to do it spiritual. Anything you say, like na spiritual, like village people send that. Nothing like they can never find fault on their own. They can
Again,
never
I
say
need to
I'm at
leave.
fault.
Oh,
They will
let's
say
stop
village
making
people
us
say all the
rush
something
now.
against you.
No, it is.
If you've been dating the same people over and over again, you're not able to, like, people that complain that, oh, they only end up with bad boys. I mean, like, if like for the past 5 to 10 years you've been ending up with only bad boys, you should stop first, calm down, and look at yourself again from top to
And look,
bottom.
I agree with you.
Hmm.
I agree with you.
Because
So, as a counselor, there's a lot of.
hmm,
By the way, I'm a trained counselor. Yeah, so I'm
Uh,
just putting that out. So, as there's a lot of things that we left undone here that I feel like we need to. If somebody is actually in any of the category, we didn't solve a number of problems. But if they are going to keep their eye on this channel, we might be able to do that, especially if they bring it up. But I think there are a lot of things that we might want to deal with, like dating the same person consistently, what could be wrong and what you could do right. And then even
yeah,
when you cannot own up to your own responsibility, and when you feel threatened by people who you assume that, or they are better off than you, or instead of just trying to align, you just see them as they're fighting you. There are a number of things you can also do to help yourself, and maybe subsequently we can talk about this if you want.
yeah, we can. All right, we will
all
do all
right,
that.
all right.
At least,
Nice chatting with you guys. Even though it was
all right.
difficult to call me, but I'm really excited. And again, thank you so much. That
Um,
was a lot of intelligent conversation we had with you. Let's catch
Also
up
enjoyed this.
sometime soon, maybe next week.
all right.
All right.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.
Yeah.